Greetings. Welcome back to my channel, Ham Radio Test and Review. Today I am going to be going through the new released radio, iRadio UV-98, which has also been released by Radtel as the RT-880. I'll be going through a complete set of features as advertised by the iRadio. So let's get into it. Supposed to have 1,024 total channels with 3 VFO receivers. This is a triple frequency standby function that it has. In other words, it can, instead of dual monitor that you have with all the some of the 2 VFO radios, you now have 3 or a triple monitor feature. The crossband repeater function, which, by the way, works, and I will have a video out showing that as well. It also has the triple PTT transmission function, meaning that all 3 buttons on the side of the radio can control the transmission for each of the 3 VFOs that are in the radio. It also has a field strength indicator that goes S9 plus. It also has a real-time display of field strength. So I've looked at this and I haven't tested it yet, but what I've found so far is that it's actually fairly accurate. One-click frequency measurement and remote subtone scan, customizable keyboard and side key functions, 2 emission end tones and MDC M tones, which I'm not going to test. I don't believe in those tones. However, with the repeater function, I might just turn those on. You can manually edit the channel names in both Chinese and English. I'm not sure how much of an advantage that is here in the United States. It comes with 11 NOAA weather forecast channels programmed permanently into the radio. That's available only in the US. And I will be testing those as well. I think you'll be surprised at how well that works. It receives aviation AM signals. I haven't tried that yet, but I will be putting out a video with that. It has a power saving mode, which gradually deepens the power saving ratio over time when you have it enabled. Frequency scan and channel scan functions, spectrum scanning function, the Vox function, which of course is your voice activated transmission, monitoring function, emergency alarm function, editable single tone transmission, that's the 1750 hertz tone that can wake up a repeater. I don't believe we use that much here in the United States. It has a customizable startup logo and prompt. It has a DTMF encoding transmission, a DTMF remote dizziness and remote death wake up. I'm not going to be testing that, but it's kind of an interesting concept. And it says it has Type-C charging function, base plus Type-C, 2 charging methods. Now, the way it's written here, it sounds like it has 2 Type-C charging methods, but that is not true. There's only 1 Type-C charging method, and that is you have to plug a cable into the radio while the battery is in the radio. So you cannot charge the battery outside of the radio using a USB-C cable because it does not have a USB jack on it. So the only USB-C jack on it is on the radio itself, and I have tested it, and it does charge with the cable plugged into the radio. However, there's a caveat here, and I will get into this later. There are 2 cables now that you need for this radio if you want to charge it with USB-C and if you want to program it via USB-C. There are 2 separate cables required. The programming USB-C cable does not charge the battery. The charging cable does not program the radio. So you need to understand, and there can also be a 3rd type of cable also that can be used only for charging. And again, I'll make a video for all of that. Next, we're going to do a quick unboxing video. And just remember, my name is Dave. I'm with Ham Radio Test and Review. Our motto is 1 test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. And my call sign is N8DAV with my name and my call sign, saying 73s and so long.